Happy Friday, everybody! Do you like the crown I have on today? Look, it's even got like streamers hanging from it. And don't worry, I have our Friday sign. All right, let's read another chapter of Leprechaun in Late Winter. Chapter 7, Willie. Hundreds of she swarmed over the bright bridge. Behind the galloping riders, more she came fluttering on wings like butterflies. Augusta stood up as if in a trance, her hands clasped over her heart. "Oh, wow," breathed Annie. "Keep playing," shouted Jack. Annie blew into the whistle again. Then she flew and galloped along the wide, grassy bank. Their horses, fleet as the wind, had arched necks and flaming eyes. They moved faster and faster, swirling into a blinding circle of light and color. The soaring sounds of the music inspired Jack to soar with his words, too. He looked at his notebook and sang, "In a swirl they leave, so wild, so free, with a lonely girl to the hill of the she." "Jack, no!" shouted Annie. A mighty blast of wind nearly blew Jack and Annie off their rock. They crouched down and covered their heads. When the wind grew calm, they stood up, just in time to see the swirling cloud of light vanish back into the old forest. The she were gone. Once again, sky blended with water and earth in a veil of silver mist. "Woo!" Jack said breathlessly. "That was amazing." "Jack, do you know what you just did?" "Yeah, I made the she appear and disappear," Jack said. "I used my notes from Mary's story, just like we planned." "Yes, you did that," said Annie, "and you made Augusta disappear too." "What?" said Jack. "The she took Augusta," said Annie. "I tried to stop you, but it was too late. You already sung those words." "What words?" said Jack. "You sang, 'In a swirl they leave, so wild, so free, with a lonely girl to the hill of the she,'" said Annie. "I was just reading from my notes," said Jack. "They took Augusta? Are you sure?" "Yes, she's gone," said Annie. "Oh no," said Jack. He and Annie ran to the ridge above the river. "Augusta!" he shouted. There was no sign of Augusta's red cape anywhere. "See? She's gone," said Annie. "It's all my fault," said Jack. "You couldn't help yourself," said Annie. "But I'm responsible," said Jack. "We have to get her back." "Maybe Mary can help us," said Annie. "Wait, listen," said Jack. "What's that sound?" Squeaky noises were coming from behind the pile of small boulders. It sounded as if someone was trying to play the magic whistle, but the sound was definitely not magical. "The whistle! I must have dropped it," said Annie. "Maybe it's Augusta," said Jack. Jack and Annie ran back and looked over the rocks. A man no higher than Jack's knee was blowing into the whistle. The man wore a green jacket and a three-cornered red cap with a white feather. He had big ears, a bushy red beard, skinny little legs, and silver buckles on his shoes. "Oh man," said Jack. "A leprechaun?" whispered Annie. Jack and Annie just stared at the leprechaun as he blew into the whistle. His small bony fingers danced over its 6 holes, but only squeaks, chirps, and hollow tweeting sounds came out. The leprechaun blew harder and harder. Then he stopped. He turned the whistle over and looked at it closely. He shook his head and frowned. "Hello," said Annie. The leprechaun jumped and looked up. "Well, hello yourself," he said, grinning. "You startled me. Here, take this back. It's no use to me, as you can plainly hear." The little man held up the whistle. Jack reached over the rock and took it. He slipped it in the back into the pocket of his coat. "Listen, we need your help," said Jack. "Our friend—" "Oh, you humans, always in such a hurry," the leprechaun said. "Sorry," said Jack, "but we really need you to help us. You see—" "First of all, who are you?" the leprechaun asked. "I'm Jack. She's my sister, Annie," said Jack. "Our friend—" "Ah, well then, Jack and Sister Annie, I'm Willie," said the leprechaun. "Now let's get a few things straight right away. Never call me Little Willie or Tiny Willie. I don't like it. And never, ever call me Wee Willie. That's the one I hate the most." Okay, fine, said Jack, but... Jack, let me handle this, said Annie. She turned to the leprechaun. Willie, why didn't you go back over the river with the she? Ask me why I came over the river in the first place, and I'll tell you the answers to both questions, said Willie. Okay, why did you come over the river in the first place, Willie? And why didn't you go back across with the she, said Annie. Answer number 1. I was having a bit of a nap in the reeds when I heard your whistle playing, said Willie. Before I knew it, I was moving with the she across the bridge. Probably you didn't see me. Lost in the swirl of things, I was. Excuse me, started Jack. I've heard some good whistle playing, Willie said, but yours, Missy, was like none I ever heard from a human, not in the 900 years of my life. So, answer number 2, I didn't go back over the river because I wanted to find out the secret of your playing. Well, that's easy, said Annie. The whistle played itself. It wasn't me. Ah, you're a modest girl, said Willie, and you like to keep the secrets of your talents to yourself. Not really, said Annie. Listen, Willie, Jack broke in. Can you help us? We lost a friend, Augusta. It was my fault. I sang about a lonely girl, then she was taken by the she. Yes, I saw that, said Willie. Whisked away she was. So I'm guessing now you want me to help you find her. Is that it? Yes, that's it, said Jack. We are going to ask Mary Sheridan to help us, said Annie. But you probably know the way better, and... Wait a minute, said Willie. Did you say Mary Sheridan? You know Mary, said Annie. Know her, said Willie, grinning from ear to ear. Why, if I were 4 feet taller, I'd married Mary Sheridan years ago. Really, said Annie. Oh, yes, indeed. We're very good friends, said Willie. You see, I live in what you might call the in-between. I have 1 foot in the magical world of the she, and I have 1 foot in the mortal world of humans, like Mary. Ah, lovely Mary. Yeah, Mary's great, said Jack. But now, you want me to guide you to your missing friend, said Willie. Right, said Jack. I can do that, but what will you give me for it, said Willie. What do you mean, asked Jack. What will you give me for helping you find your friend? My time's very valuable, you know, said Willie. We don't really have anything, said Jack. We're poor and miserable, said Annie. I can see that, said Willie. All right then, how about this? I'll lead you to your friend, and you'll teach me how to play the whistle the way you play it. Fair enough? Sorry, said Annie. Deal, Jack broke in. Jack, said Annie. Annie, it's a deal, Jack said. He was ready to promise anything to save Augusta. Good, said Willie. I'd love to play like that for Mary someday. Now the path I'm about to show you is very, very secret. You must never show another living soul. Of course not, said Jack. Then come with me, said Willie, and I'll lead you across the water to the home of the she. Chapter 8 will be on Monday. But we cannot forget our Friday friends on Friday. Now I only have one, but I do have the best one. It's time for our dance party. All right, guys, have a great day. I'll see you on Monday, and a wonderful weekend.